I'm Bridget Bartlett with the Builderall team. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use iframes inside the Cheetah editor. On the right-hand side, you'll see that we have the ability to add panels and elements. The iframe is an element, so as we scroll down, you'll see we have the iframe element here. So click here, and then to add the iframe to our panel, all we need to do is left-click on the iframe and then drag it to our website. If you left-click on the iframe, you see you have the ability to save the iframe to your Personals tab here and reuse it on any website inside the Cheetah Builder. You could click here to edit the element, and you have any of these options here to edit. You could click here to center the element on the page. You can duplicate the iframe here. You can hide the iframe here and then retrieve it in the Hidden Elements section. And you can click here to delete the iframe. To edit the iframe, all you need to do is click here under General Settings. You could click here to make the iframe the full width of your website. You could also click here to create the inline HTML. And here is where you want to embed the URL, or you can embed the code here. I've actually created a code for a map for the Builderall corporate office in Orlando. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that code here and click apply, and you'll see that our map starts to show up in our iframe. If you drag the corners of the iframe until those gray bars disappear, you'll see all you need to do is just drag the corner to change the size. You could also change the size here by moving the bar left or right, and you can also adjust manually by moving the arrows up and down. You could do the same thing with the height and then move the arrows up and down. You can adjust the minimum height, which is more relevant on mobile. You can also adjust the maximum width on a tablet, but the standard is actually 500. You could change the border of your iframe. You could change the size here by moving this left or right, or you can manually change it using the up and down arrows. You could change the color of your border here. You could change the style of your border. Here you could add dashed lines, a solid line, or a double line here, or if you want no border at all, you can choose this option here. You could click here to round off the edges of your border. So if you wanted a round iframe, you could just simply adjust this until you get the size and shape that you're looking for. If you want it back to the square version, all you need to do is change this back to 0. You can add an animation to your iframe. So if you want your iframe to do any of these effects here, you have all of these options. So if I wanted this to flash, I could choose that option here, and it shows the animation. I could choose when I want this to flash. So if they are on my website for 5 seconds, I could adjust that here, and then it will start flashing in 5 seconds. If I wanted the action to be continuous, I could check this box here to make it infinite. I could also choose to animate the element when it is visible, when the website visitor clicks on the element, or when they hover over the element. If I decide again I want no animation, all I need to do is click none. I can also add a tag to this element, and I could also adjust the layering of this element here. So if I wanted this element to be moved to another panel, but it was underneath that panel, I could adjust the layering until it's in the position that I want it to be in. And again, I could save the element to my Personals tab here and then retrieve it here. Now let's go to the mobile view and adjust our iframe to the mobile version. To do that, we'll just click here. And to adjust the iframe, all we need to do is click in the iframe, and you'll see that we do have some options to adjust the lateral spacing. So we can move this left or right and add more spacing to the left or right, and also to the top and to the bottom. We could click here to adjust the minimum size on the mobile, so the height will be adjusted here. And again, I'm always looking to adjust according to those gray bars. That's what I want to disappear. But you see on the iframes, it's actually a code inside of your website. So even though we can adjust this, we can't adjust what the iframe looks like, because it is not the correct size. So what we can actually do is install another map that is sized for mobile and then hide this. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go back to the desktop version and let's just duplicate this entire panel. So I'm going to click on the panel and then click here to duplicate. And you'll see now we have another iframe on another panel that's exactly the same. So let's go ahead. I'm going to paste a different code that is the perfect size for mobile in the iframe. So I'm going to go to General Settings, and I'm going to paste my new code here and then click Apply. Now you'll see that I have the same map, but it's a different size. So I can actually bring this in and adjust this how I want. And then I can go to the mobile version. And now you see this looks much better. We just need to adjust it just a little bit. So we're going to click on the iframe and we're going to click Edit Element to make sure that we have the correct settings. And let's go to Advanced. And then we're going to adjust this until we get rid of those gray bars. So you see now they disappear. You can also adjust again, top and bottom. But now we have two maps on our website and we don't need two maps. So all we need to do is just hide the one that we don't want to use on the mobile. So let's left click on this entire panel and we're just simply going to click Hide Element. So now that whole panel is hidden on the mobile version. Let's go back to the desktop. And you see on the desktop, we still have both versions. So what we want to do is left click on this panel because we do not want this to show up on the desktop version. So we're just going to click here to hide that panel. Now we have a panel on our desktop version that is the correct size, and we also have the panel on the mobile version that's the correct size. So in this video, I showed you how to use iframes in the Cheetah editor. Again, my name's Bridget Bartlett. Now let's go build it with Builderall.